All black tonight. Shirt says it all. Mechee from the Midwest. Been a long day, but the city stays awake. Hold up. You see that? MFTM in the sky. Guess they're calling.
And welcome back to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast. I'm your host, Mechee. Um, Welcome another new week. NFL slowly trickling down, man. I hate to see this coming. Just like I said, it's my favorite sport to watch. But we're closing in on the end. We have the conference championships this week. In 2 weeks, we had a Super Bowl, and no football all the way to September when week one starts. I mean, I don't really get in. I look at the preseason a little bit just to see how the rookie's going to be. Of course, we got the draft and everything, but this is the saddest time when it comes to being a football fan. Anyways, I got a couple of topics for y'all today. This week, I want to get into a movie I saw with my fiance. It's called The Rip. It has Tiana Taylor, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. I can't think of my boy off of Friday Night Lights name right now, and I'll come through and I'll get to the casting members. And then my boy off of Walking Dead. I can't think of the name. I'll bring up the casting list in a little bit. But I want to talk about that movie. I want to give y'all my thoughts and just give you a summary of what the movie was about. This is a spoiler. If you haven't seen the movie, please fast forward past that part when I start talking about that TV show. I mean, movie, The Rip. I got to tell you the whole movie. That's what I'm doing for now on. If I do a movie, I'm going to tell you my rating of the movie and the pretty much the walkthrough of what the movie is about. And it's still, I'm not going to give you too much. I'm going to leave a lot of stuff out so you'll be encouraged to go watch the movie. Hopefully, that's my goal. UFC is back. First event of the new year 2026. We have UFC 324. I'm going to get into the predictions. We have like I said, the NFL conference matchups, and we have a couple of coaches that got hired this week, including my Tennessee Titans. And the last thing, well, one of the other topics I want to talk about is the book I read for the month, which was The Four Agreements. I want to share with y'all what the Four Agreements are and how this book has helped me start my year off on the right path. So we'll get into that. Let's see, what should we start with tonight? I'm going to start the show off with. I think I'll start it off with the book I read, and then I'll get into the rip, then UFC, then football. So that'll be the lineup for the night. So let's start with the Four Agreements. Um, I just want to share with y'all why I start reading the Four Agreements, and it's just because of the type of person I am. I'm still learning myself. Not well, yeah. In a way, I'm still learning myself, and I know with this book right here, it helps you with facing reality. It's certain things that like you might take something personal when you should never take it personal. 9 times out of 10, if you take something personal, you're gonna get a bad. You're gonna do something. You're gonna go about it the wrong way, is what I'll say. Um, with books like this, motivational books, wisdom books, it helps me to not be spazzing out and stuff like that. As I get older, I try to be more calmer because I'm raising a young daughter. I don't want to see me acting an ass. I'm very respectful to my woman. Me and her, we have our arguments. Any relationship does, but she's never heard me or ever seen me say anything, call her outside of her name, disrespectful. We don't have those type of arguments like that. I know how to control my anger. If I was getting angry or if she was getting angry, we know how to walk away from the situation and come back to it. But this book helps me with as far as other people, like relationships with family and all that type of stuff. And I just wanted to share with y'all what the four agreements are and how you can pretty much go about using these four agreements on your daily, and it will change you. I'm not saying I changed overnight, but I've been practicing this ever since I started reading the book. I've been practicing, and it's been working with a lot of ways, even especially when it comes to social media. For example, so first of all, let's just get into the four agreements. I'm gonna give y'all the rundown of the four agreements, and I'm gonna give y'all pretty much an example on what you can do to test this theory out. The first agreement is be impeccable with your word. Number two, don't take anything personal. Don't take anything personally. Number 3, don't make assumptions. And 4, always do your best. Those 4 things right there, when I was reading, as I was reading the book, each chapter I finished up, I said, boom, I'm going to test this out in my everyday life. And that's what I've been doing. So, for example, be impeccable with your words. Speak with integrity. Say what you mean. Avoid gossip using words against yourself or others. Um, be impeccable with your word. For example, if you say, like for me, I say I'm going to the gym 3 times out the week. So far, I've done that the last month. I've made it to the gym 3 times a week. You have to be impeccable with your word. Don't go against your word. Don't start searching for excuses. Oh man, my knee was bothering me, so I didn't go. If your knee hurting, go do arms. If your arms hurting, go do leg workout. Do something, but make sure you stand to your word. Because the moment you stop living by that, you're gonna go right back into the cycle of you'll never get to that point that you want to get to. Saving money. I want to save. Well, I do stocks every month. Every Friday, I want to buy a stock. I was doing 125, but now I've been slowing with the wedding coming up and everything. I'm buying a stock every week. So instead of that 125, I'm only taking 60 and buying Bank of America one every Friday, which would make um, 4 stocks a month. That's me sticking to my word. That's not me. That's me not getting to Friday like, damn, I can't buy a stock this week because I got to go pay for this, or I got to save this money for this or that. I'm making a way to make sure I stay to my word. Now, don't go broke, but it's certain ways that you can stick to your word. Just slow stuff. You're getting into the stock market right now, and just start out slow. $10 every Friday. I will commit to putting $10 up in my account every Friday, and just do that. And try your best not to make excuses. You're not going to be able to do it overnight, so just do what you can. So that's the first one. That's just staying impeccable with your word. If you say, like, another example, look, I'm not going, like, when it comes to, let's say, like in the work environment, I'm not going to talk about this person because, for one, me and this person don't get along. So if somebody mentions this person, like, hey, yo, so and so, that I can't stand this mug right here, you slowly, hey, bro, I didn't want to talk about that. I ain't talking about cat like that, or slowly switch the subject or something like that. That's you staying being impeccable to your word. If you say you want to do something, stick to it, and eventually it'll be a daily routine for you. That you'll be living your real self. So that's the first agreement. The next one is don't take anything personally. What others say and do is about them, not you. When you stop taking things personally, you gain emotional freedom. Another example, um, taking anything personal. If somebody say, "Man, you look weak," these just basic things. You look weak. Appreciate that, bro. When they say that most of the time they see that you got strength on them, and they look at it like, well, how can you call somebody weak if you can't do what they doing? So if I'm on a workout video and I'm benching 225, and some cat just come up and like, yeah, man, you weak. Oh, okay. Well, you do 225, and then you look at them. 9 times out of 10, they can't even do the 225. But it's like they want to bring you down to their level because they really low key hating that they can't do what they see you doing. So don't take anything personal. If you're going up for a job and somebody, if you feel like you're more qualified for the job, oh, I got my associate's degree, I've got 8 years experience and stuff like that, and you don't get the job. Don't get mad at the job. Like, damn, man, why they ain't hire me over this person? Because you don't know what these other people got on their resume. Yeah, you got an associate with 8 years. This person might have a bachelor's degree in 12 years. They're more qualified than you. Don't take it personal. Just keep applying for other jobs, and eventually you'll find your way in that door. And that's when you show your worth. You can't take it personal and feel like the world is out to get you and stuff like that. So don't take that personally. Um, the third one, don't make assumptions. Ask questions, communicate clearly. Assumptions lead to misunderstandings and drama. Clarity beats confusion every time. So with that, instead of making assumptions like, oh yeah, this person don't like me, or they doing this and doing that, ask questions. Why don't you like me? What is it about me that you don't like about me? So we're perfectly clear. When it comes to communication with relationships or friendships and stuff like that, I know it's been times where I've been trying to be cool with people, just try to keep it cool with people, and it's like I'm just building up like, dude, I really don't like this person. Why am I being cool with them? And instead of doing that, you could just tell them, be honest with them, like, hey, bro, I don't think that we can have a friendship because you live by certain values, I live by different values. We're not on the same frequency. So I think it's better if we're not cool. And they can either respect it, and most time they got no choice but to respect it, or they gonna keep on talking shit and stuff. And that's when they show their true self. Like, dog, I don't need that type of energy around. But then you don't have to assume anything. You don't have to make any assumptions. You could just say, you know what, this person wasn't good for me. I could finally move on, piece it up, and it's over with. So don't make assumptions. And number four, always do your best. Your best changes day by day, and that's okay. Doing best removes self judgment, regret, and guilt. I go back to the gym. Do your best. When you go to the gym, if you're trying to go get bigger shoulders, bigger arms, bigger legs, whatever, go in there and don't be bullshit. I go in the gym a lot of times and you see people on their phone just texting away. They come in there and it's like a lounging spot. You got to go put the work in. Like right now with me, I'm trying to get to where I want to be physically and mentally, especially going into a marriage. And like I said, with a daughter that's 6 years old, a fiance that's she about to have her 40th birthday. I'm about to be 39 this year. So it's like as I get older, you want to take more care of your body so you can be around as long as possible, man. Because you want to be here to see your kids get older. You want to live those moments, man. So you got to do your best at everything you do. Don't have like my grandma would say, don't be half-assing. Like how she used to tell us when I stayed with them. Don't be half-assing stuff in anything. Do your best at everything you do. When you go to your job, I'm not saying you got to be an overachiever, but do your job every single day. Do your best at your job. Don't half-ass it and have to come in the next day and have to put work on top of work, and then you upset. That's how you get upset that damn, man, I got all this work, man. Why they don't hire some more people? No, this was your job, but you've been bullshitting all day. You've been sitting around laughing, talking to everybody in the building, forgetting that they didn't did their job already. Now you gotta get back to your desk and do your job. So do your best at everything you do, man. Overall, the book was great, man. It's definitely an eye opener. It's been helping me. Like I said, I don't take things personal. I got a couple homies I talk to daily at work and stuff like that, and I've been telling them the same thing. Even though they're a little bit older than me, I tell them the same thing. Like, Bob, we in here to make a paycheck and take care of our kids, man. We can't take nothing personal when that's anything that's going on in this job, because at the end of the day, once we clock out and say that we're done with this job, they're going to go hire somebody else and we'll just be an afterthought. So it's not going to matter at the end of the day anyway. So just do your best. Don't make assumptions. What was the other two? Don't take anything personal and be impeccable with your word. Overall, this book, The Four Agreements, is a must read for a young man, a young woman that's soul searching and just needs a little bit of wisdom. And like I said, I know a lot of people say, man, like books pretty much say things that you already know, but once you read it and you manifest this stuff and get the reading and living by this stuff, it makes you a better person. It's only gonna make you better. It's not gonna make you worse. So that's all I got for my book of the month. Proud that I got a book out the way this month. Moving on to the next month, what I'm gonna do is after I read the book, or once I get like halfway through the book, I'll let y'all know what I'm reading. And I think that makes me stick to it, because last year I was saying, hey, I'm reading this book. As soon as I start, I was on social media, just on sports page. It's just my main thing be being on sports page, arguing with weirdos. And it's like, dog, why are you taking a person when you don't know this person? So all this stuff comes back to being a better person and using your time wisely. So the Four Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz. That is the book. It's on Amazon. I think it costs like $12 or something like that. If you're in my area, if you want to borrow the book, that's cool. Just hit me up. I'll let you borrow the book. Just return my shit. But that's all I got for this week, the book of the week, I'll just bring that new segment back because I will be doing this at least once a month. That's all I got for that. Let's get into another topic.
Demetrius, right here. Give us a look.
You see it, man. Fresh Lakers jersey, number 30. I feel like I'm ready to check in.
Turn around, let us get the back.
Got you. Brooks on the back, like I really suit up.
Love it, Demetrius.
Appreciate y'all.
I guess with the next topic, we could get into The Rip. I want to talk about The Rip. That's a movie that's on Netflix. I just want to give y'all a couple of character breakdowns of what I thought about the movie. Let me get here. The Rip. So The Rip is on Netflix. It came out January 16th. It got a nice cast. We have Ben Affleck. We got Matt Damon, Stephen Yeun, Tiana Taylor, Sasha Cal, Catalina Moreno, Kyle Chandler, Scott Atkins. Some solid actors right there. Nice cast, man. As far as the movie goes, pretty much how it started off, I'm going to start off. Lieutenant Dumars is Matt Damon, played by Matt Damon. Detective Sergeant Byron is Ben Affleck. And these two are narcotics. They're on a narcotics team out in Miami-Dade County. And the movie starts off with one of their captains getting murdered. And it looked like she was sending a text and she throws the phone in the water as if she knew that somebody would come along and find the phone or whatever. And the message was sent to the Lieutenant Dumars, who was paid by Matt Damon. So with him being the lieutenant, he gets the I'm missing a couple parts because that's how I want to give up the whole movie. But he gets the text and it says, hey, pretty much, this is the spot I want y'all to go to. Go there. It's a stash house or whatever. And he assembles his team. And the Rip is pretty much, it's like I don't think it's like a drug bust or whatever like that. They get there and it's where they get a lot of drugs or it could be money. And the tip that was put in was that it was 150K. So they I think it's like 5 of them. They are sent to this house and it's like, all right, it's 150K in here. Let's go through this house. It was this young lady there. They go to the crib and they get to going through the house and the dog goes straight up to the attic. They ask the lady, hey, have you ever been up here? No, we ain't been up here before, blah, blah, blah. They get up in the attic and as they start going through stuff, they see it's a whole bunch of things of gallons and big old gallon jugs. And they're like, all right, well, that must be what it is. They start going through it. And with the money, with them saying, announcing that it's 150, as soon as they open up the first bucket, on top of it is 150. So it's like, if this is 150, what the hell is all this? So they get to open all of them up. And what happens is it ends up being $20 million. So now that it's $20 million, Matt Damon's character, being a lieutenant, is like, okay, I got to call this in eventually. But he's telling Ben Affleck's character, what's his name? What's his name on here? Oh, the detective, Sergeant Brian. Hey, yeah, the tip that came in was 300K. So he's throwing out different numbers. So he tells him, Ben Affleck, like, hey man, it's 300K in here. And then he's supposed to call this in to their captain or whatever. And he calls in to the captain and it's like, hey, we got 150 here. So now all the different people is hearing like, wait a minute, you done said a couple of different numbers right now, but we seeing right here that it's $20 million because they went in the garage and counted up. I know I'm fast forwarding a little bit, but they go to the garage and start counting the money up. So the lieutenant said, hey, Lieutenant Matt Damon says, give me all your phones, give me all your burner phones. They take all the phones, put them phones up. So now they can't contact anybody. So now as time goes on, while they're in the middle of counting stuff, they get an anonymous call and they say, hey, we come to get the 150K in 30 minutes. Get out of there, we will start shooting up. So they're like, wait a minute. So who knows about the money up in here? It has to be a mole up in a group. So now they're looking at like, it got to be one of us. And the way that the movie is starting off is looking like it's the Lieutenant Dumars, played by Matt Damon, because he's just acting weird and stuff like that. But then as it goes on, the other characters. Let me see here. Steven Yeun. What is his character name on here? His name is Detective Mike Rowe. Then yeah, Mike Rowe. So he the lieutenant pretty much sets them all up. Hey, y'all two go in here in the garage and count the money just to confirm that's 20 million. Ben Affleck, we gonna I mean not Ben, but what's my boy? What's his name on here? I got my names all messed up. But Ben Affleck's character goes down the street to clear another house because it's like this light is pretty much giving off that it's somebody's. It's like the cartel or something like that. It's like giving off signals that somebody's over here. So they end up getting ambushed. Somebody comes up and try to shoot them up or whatever like that. Because now it's like, okay, everybody knows there's some money in the house. How is this word getting out? And it's Mike Rowe, the detective Mike Rowe, had an extra burner on him. So as you see as the movie goes on, you see him take his burner out and tell him like, hey, they in the house or whatever like that. And after the house gets shot up, he ends up losing that burner phone. So now everybody's looking around like, dog, somebody in here is telling or giving this anonymous tip out. So now Ben Affleck and Matt Damon get into it because he's like, dog, I haven't seen you call in to the captain not one time that we have money in here. The young lady that's in the house that they have handcuffed, so she don't get away. That's the owner of the house, her grandmother's house. She says out loud, "Hey, he did call him in, but he said it was 150." So now everybody's torn. Like, dog, why are you lying? Why does it seem like you're trying to set us up? Like you're in to get the money for yourself because he's saying subliminal stuff. Even while they're counting the money, he's like, damn, it'd be so easy if we just stole all this money and stuff. So everybody on his team is looking at him different. Like, wait a minute, Lieutenant, are you you're going against the call? This is not how we do things. Tell us what the hell is going on. And finally, as it keep going on, Ben Affleck ends up calling the DEA, and one of these guys, this is the Chandler guy. What is his name on here? Kyle Chandler. You probably know him from Friday Night Lights, the TV show. That was the coach on there. He's the DA on there. His name is Mateo Nix, and he calls in. Ben Affleck's character calls in a tip like, "Hey man, we need some help because the cartel or somebody just came and shot up all our cars, so we can't leave if we wanted to. We can't be walking around with all these bags of money, and it's going to look suspect, especially with us being on our narcotics team or whatever." So once he tells them it's $20 million, he shows up with a driver, and they get all the money. The house sets on fire. They put all the money up in the truck, and they start asking the DA guy some stuff, and it finally comes out that it was all a setup. Mike Rowe, the detective that was asking all the questions to make it seem like he had nothing to do with it, was actually the mole in the group, and he was communicating to the DA guy like, "Fuck my team, what we got going on? It's not 150K, it's 20 million. We could take this money and be good. We ain't gotta, because they're gonna really do the right thing." So the whole time you're thinking that the lieutenant is the one that's trying to get over on him. He's actually playing mind control on these fools and actually trying to find out who the mole is. And he explained, this is why I was saying all these different numbers, because once you said that the number was 150, it was like, wait a minute, the callers just said it's 150. So now that tells me that y'all ain't think somebody's spreading the word, because we know it's 20 million in here. It was all a setup. So boom. Once that happened, it's a lot of action that goes on. A couple, I won't say all the people that died, but a couple people get killed. A couple people don't make it to the end of the movie. But the movie, it was just a big twist in this movie. I didn't see coming because at first it was like the obvious was okay, it got to be the lieutenant. But as it went on, you just start seeing it could have been Ben Affleck character, and then it was the Mike Rowe dude. I was like, wait a minute, he keep on texting people when they said they didn't have no more burner phones. He was the only one that had a burner phone left. So okay, it's him. So overall, this movie was good. I hope I didn't go too in detail to it. I just told you pretty much little pieces of the movie, but in general, what it's all about. This was a great watch to me. I'll definitely give it a solid. This is a solid 8 or 9 out of 10 movie for me, man. Just like I said, a lot of action, shootouts in the movie, type of movies you want to see with action movies. And it's not going to be the obvious. You might get it maybe like probably, I think this movie was almost 2 hours, probably like 45 minutes into the movie, you'll probably start thinking, oh, it might be this person. And at the end of the day, man, like I said, everybody, they did their part on this movie. I'm glad to see Tiana Taylor getting these roles in movies because she is a solid actor. Everything she's been doing, like music and TV shows, and then like being in the movies is something that she's starting to like to do. And she just won an award from I can't think of the movie she just had with Leonardo DiCaprio, but she just won an award for that movie too. So it's always good to see sisters doing their thing in movies. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon did their thing in this movie. The rest of the cast and everything, everybody did their thing in this movie. But to me, this is a must watch. It's about to be a snowstorm this week. Everybody gonna be locked in a crib anyway. If you're looking for a movie to watch, The Rip on Netflix is a must watch for you. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. Grab you some snacks and check it out. In the comments, let me know what you thought about The Rip. Who did you think was the mole in the group? How long did it take you to figure out who the mole was in this group? I'll leave that as the question because, like I said, it took me about 45 minutes to probably 45 minutes. I was like, okay, I think I know who it is. So let me know when you figured out who it was. As far as movies go, man, that's all I got for y'all this week. A TV show, I really ain't got no TV shows right now because I've been watching American Monster, the TV show that's on ID channel. It's been some heartbreaking stories on there. I might start breaking down some of them episodes, but as of now, that's all I got for the movies. Like, share, subscribe to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast for the latest movies. That's all I got for y'all. Hopefully, I got something new for y'all next week. I do think I'm gonna sit down and watch Glory, the old movie, 1989 with Denzel Washington. That's one of the movies I haven't saw by Denzel. I think I might check that out. So I'll give y'all a review on what I thought about that movie. But as far as movies, that's all I got for y'all.
Players ready. 3, 2, 1. And that's it. Winner, Demetrius Brooks. Yes, big win in the final round. That's what we worked for.
Next topic I would like to cover tonight is, do I want to do football or UFC? Let's do UFC. UFC 324 is here. I want to do my predictions. Solid card. I hate that the main event has been canceled. Kayla Harrison was supposed to be going against the returning Amanda Nunes, and she had to pull out because she had a neck injury. You can't play with neck injuries. Any injury, especially when you're the champ. Like, you can't take that chance of losing your title when you just got it. So speedy recovery to the champ. Hopefully her and Amanda could run that back real soon, run that fight soon, because they've been wanting to fight each other for years. But she brought Nunes about the retirement. We're going to see if she still got something to take. But moved into the card, I'm gonna give y'all the main card, but I'm also, before I get into the main card, I'm gonna give you some of the early prelims and the prelim show, because there's a couple of solid fights on there as well. So first fight, we got Michael Johnson, 25-19, versus Alexander Hernandez. Both are on Michael Johnson on a 3-fight win streak. He just beat Zell Hubbard, unanimous decision. And Alex Hernandez on a 4th fight win streak. He just beat Ferreira by KO. I'm always rock with Michael Johnson, man. I just like that he's a scrappy fighter. He's a UFC vet, been around a long time. Hernandez has been on the road too, but if I'm picking somebody, I'm gonna go with my fan favorite. I always go with the fan favorites for the most part. Michael Johnson. I'm gonna rock with my boy, man. Next fight, moving on to the prelims, we got Umar Nurmagomedov, 19-1 versus Davison Figueiredo, 25-5-1. I think Umar is the bigger fighter. Let me see. No, they the same height. They the same height? No, they're not. Umar is a little bit taller. He's a little longer. So I think what he's going to do in his game plan, just like Khabib, is to wrestle. I think he's going to be able to wrestle Figueiredo because he's the smaller opponent. And I think it's going to be one of those type of fights. Now, if they're able to stand up, I think Figueiredo with power can put him down and maybe choke him out or knock him out. But if he can't get it to the, if he goes to the ground, I think Umar will win this one because he's just gonna try to lay on him and wrestle him and tire him out. And you know those cats that got the bigger muscles. If you lay on them and tire him out, they'll end up tapping or just it'll go the distance. But if I'm picking a fight on this one, I'm gonna rock with my boy Figueroa, man, because I want to see him take another title chance. He had a nice little run. All right, moving into the main event, we have Arnold Allen, 20-3 versus Jean Silva, 16-3. This is in the featherweight division. Arnold Allen is coming off a win. Jean Silva is coming off a loss. If I'm picking a winner on this one, I'm going to go with Aaron Allen just because he looks like the better fighter. I've seen both fight. Arnold Allen looks like the better fighter to me. I think he'll be able to get it done. I don't think it'll be a knockout, but I think he can win this in the decision. So I'm going to go with Arnold Allen. Next, we got Natalia Silva, 19-5 versus Thug Rose, 15-7. I'm going with Thug Rose always, another fan favorite. I like the way she fight. She's been a champion before. She's on her last run. If she says she wins, she'll right up to the sunset. If she loses, I think she'll probably got a couple more fights in her contract's up, and she'll be gone too. So I'm gonna rock with Thug Rose. Next, we got Waldo Cortez Acosta, 16-2 versus Derek the Beast, the Black Beast, Lewis, 29-12. My boy going for his dirty 30 win. I am rocking with the Beast, Derek Lewis, every time he fights. I don't give a damn who he fight. If it's somebody undefeated, even with Francis, I thought he was gonna win that fight just because I thought he'd be the one to put some to tire Francis out. But that was one of the worst UFC fights I've seen in my life. But Derek Lewis pulled it off. He got that on his belt. So I'm rocking with Derek Lewis. I think he could win by knockout. Now, Waldo is a fast dude for his size, but I just think Derek Lewis is going to hit him with some power punches that he ain't seen coming, and he should be able to put him down. A knockout round. I'm going to say round 2 knockout. Round 2. Co-main event of the evening, we got Sean O'Malley, 18-3 versus Song Yadong, 22-8-1. I'm gonna go Sean O'Malley. He's coming off a loss. Song is coming off a win over Henry Cejudo. O'Malley needs to win this because he's one of those fighters that's been picked to continue to go for championships and win the belt eventually again. This has to be it. You got to get on your run. If you can't beat these dudes that's lower ranked than you, then you're not gonna get that title back. So for title purposes, I'm gonna go with Sean O'Malley. Main event of the evening, we have the legend Justin Gaethje, 26-5 versus Paddy Pimblett, 23-3. Now this is gonna be a tough fight because both of these cats are coming off a win. Paddy Pimblett just beat the living hell out of my boy Michael Chandler. And Justin Gaethje was whooping on Fayez or something like that. Justin Gaethje's on his he said he's doing his last hoorah. He's getting up out of here. He wanted to go for the title one more time. If he can't, he's going to retire. He's at the age of 37. I didn't expect him to go anywhere past 39 years old. So he probably got like after this fight, he should win this fight. But Paddy is not a joke, man. I didn't think Paddy was as good as he's portrayed to be, but I actually thought he was on a winning streak. He must have lost the fight before this one. Yeah, he had to because it had said 2-fight win streak. But oh man, this is a tough one to call. I'm gonna go with my boy Justin Gaethje. A lot of these fights I'm going with it being the kicking the year off, I'm going with my fan favorites. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'll go with my fan favorites, man. I'm going with Justin Gaethje. Paddy Pimblett reminds me of Conor in his prime when he was just a cocky cat, but he was backing it up. But Justin Gaethje is just one of those guys that you know he gonna put it all on the line every night, and you don't want to see him lose. So I'm a root for my boy. I think the more people root for these fans, for these fighters, they end up, if you get on their side, to give them the confidence to snap back into their old self. Even if he can't do it, man, I think that he's one of the greatest UFC fighters in history. But Paddy Pimblett is not no joke. But I'm going with my boy Justin Gaethje, man. So my predictions for UFC 324 I got Michael Johnson over Alexander Hernandez. Figueroa over Umar. Main card, I got Aaron Allen over Jean Silva. I got Thug Rose over Natalia Silva. I got Derek Lewis over Waldo Cortez Acosta. I got Sean O'Malley over Song Yadong. And for the main event, I got Justin Gaethje over Patty Pimblett. That should be a great fight, man. That's all I got for y'all for UFC. Thankful to have it back. I say they're doing a boxing card coming up too. Once they start getting some names on there, I'll probably start doing my prediction on that as well. But anyways, that's all I got for UFC, man. Like, share, and subscribe to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast for your latest UFC updates.
Rocking the new Titans jersey, number 30. Nice fit, clean colors. Feels good to throw this on. That's 30 on the front and the back, no doubt about it. I'm ready for game day.
Next and last topic I want to cover tonight is I want to give y'all the results of the divisional round for the NFL and the conference final matchups that we got this week. But before we get into that, let me give y'all a quick update on the head coaches for the NFL. We had 10 open spots. 10 coaches got fired this year. Atlanta picked up Kevin Stefanski from the Cleveland Browns. He was just fired from there. John Harbaugh is headed to New York Giants. Jeff Haley is the Miami coach. Jesse Minter, I think we came from Detroit or somewhere. He's the head coach for Baltimore. And the Tennessee Titans pick up Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh. Just to focus on my team. Well, so the only team that don't have a coach right now is Arizona Cardinals, Buffalo Bills, Cleveland Browns, Las Vegas Raiders, and Pittsburgh Steelers. As far as the Tennessee Titans go, Robert Saleh is a defensive coordinator. He is just with the 49ers. He was the head coach for the Jets a couple years ago. Defense was top 10-ish. The offense was shit. They didn't really have much. Kind of like our situation right now. We have a solid defense. We needed a defensive kind of guy. I was rooting for Mike Tomlin, but the news came out that when he resigned, that I guess he's taking some time off, so he's not looking to coach right now. But Robert Saleh is actually a good pickup, I think, as far as the defensive side and being a head coach, because he's vocal, he speaks, he's not a mute on the sideline. If you got a mute on the sideline that barely talks, I don't want you as a coach. I want you running up and down that field, yelling at the players, telling them to not miss these assignments and stuff like that. Those are the type of coaches I like, that I want to run through a wall for. So I believe he's one of those type of coaches, but we still need an offensive coordinator. I don't think he'll do good at calling the plays on offense. So hopefully we can pick up an offensive coordinator and be waiting for free agency in this draft and draft the right people. But with him being a defensive coordinator and being the head coach now, everything is pointing towards Bain to pick him up, to put him on the line with Sweat and Jeffrey Simmons, Big Simmons. So it's still, like I said, it's still 5 coaches that need a job out there. They hiring Arizona, Buffalo, Cleveland, Las Vegas, and Pittsburgh. They hiring for coaches, man. So y'all jump on Indeed and go apply for the position if y'all think y'all gonna do better than what these other cats was doing. Anyways, as far as the NFL, man, we had a great week in football, man. Great week. It was just one blowout. The rest of the games was pretty much close games that you couldn't call, really. The first game, Buffalo Bills lose to Denver Broncos in overtime. In this game right here, we've seen a back and forth game. Josh Allen, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns. Cook, 117 yards. Kincaid, 83 yards. Shakir, 75 yards on 7 catches. Broncos, Bo Nix threw for 279. Run game really wasn't there. Mims, 93 yards on 8 catches. Sutton, 4 catches for 53 yards. And Harvey, 5 catches for 46. This game came down to the wire. It went to overtime. A key play that I remember from this game is Cooks caught the ball. The receiver on Buffalo caught the ball. And when he hit the ground, what is it called? Simultaneously or whatever. I think that's the word. I might just be saying some shit I don't know. in that same move, as soon as he caught the ball and went to the ground, Buddy snatched the ball out of his hand and they called the interception. And it's like, dog, I thought that if you catch the ball, if your body part, like especially if your back hit the ground with the ball in your hand, that's a catch. You're ruled down at the contact. But with this being in Denver, they called it a damn interception. It was like, this is when you can't leave it in the ref's hands, but at the same time, you got to hold on to that ball, hold on to it for dear life, man. But rules is rules, man. Some of these referees just be calling bullshit. And just to speak on what everybody else has been saying, the next game that was played, Devontae Adams did that same exact play, and they gave him the catch. It's like, how do you do it for one game, but then the refs in the other game, they call it a interception. It was like the craziest shit I ever seen. Go look at that play and y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. But that was a key point to me. That was a key play in the game. End of the day, Denver kicks the field goal, wins the game. The bad news they got out of this was, yes, they're going to the AFC Championship, but they'll have to do it without their quarterback, Bo Nix. He ended up doing something to his ankle. He fractured his ankle. He is ruled out for this game. So now Patriots look like they got an easy route to the Super Bowl, because now you don't have your starting quarterback. You got a quarterback coming in that's been in the league for a little bit, but what is he going to be able to? He's going to have a lot of pressure on him. He's not, the run game wasn't there, so it's going to force him to pass. And the Patriots defense ain't no weak, they're not weak. That defense is solid. That's a solid top 10 defense right now in the league, and it's been like that for majority of the year. So it was a tough loss for them, man. But the Patriots, I mean I'm talking about not the Patriots. The Broncos move on to the next round after beating Buffalo. Last thing I'll say on that is Buffalo. Where's that same energy y'all have for Lamar Jackson in the media? I challenge y'all to have the same energy. Y'all been talking about Lamar can't do this and do that. Oh, because he got to go against Josh Allen. He got to go against Mahomes. Ain't none of them boys in. This was the perfect year for Josh Allen to get past and go to the Super Bowl, and he couldn't get past Drake May. Somebody's only been a year for 2 years now. Now, me as a football watcher, I see what the problem is. He has no receivers. He has to play hero ball. He loves to play hero ball. Even when he has Stephon Diggs, he played hero ball. He's going to run it at some point. He's going to fumble. He's going to throw interceptions. He's going to make bad plays because he feel like he has to do it all. Until they get some receivers out there that's solid, like top 10, top 15 receivers, he won't be winning anything anytime soon. So maybe next year, Josh. Moving on, we had the 49ers get blasted 41-6 by the Seattle Seahawks. That damn defense in Seattle is crazy. They started the game off with a kick return. When you start the game off with a kick return, the crowd was going crazy. The TV was shaking. It was rumbling up in there. The 12th man was alive. 49ers had no chance out the gate, man. They got a kick return put on them. They end up fumbling or getting picked off early in the game. It was like, yeah, this is going to be a long-ass game. And you kicking field goal, you kick 2 field goals while these boys throwing touchdowns, running things in, it was over with. The backup on Seattle did get hurt, so he'll be out this game. So now a lot of pressure going to be on Kenneth Walker. I'm not sure who their third string running back is, but he's going to have to give him some type of relief because Kenneth Walker's been balling, but he's not going to be able to put it all on himself. Cooper Kupp and Jigma came alive that game as well. If we get into the numbers, Brock Purdy, 140 yards passing, 0 touchdowns. Brock Purdy led in running. McCaffrey only had 35 yards. Tongas had 5 catches, 59 yards. McCaffrey, 5 catches, 39 yards. Seattle, Sam Darnold had he really had to do much because he had 124 yards passing and 1 touchdown. Kenneth Walker had 3 touchdowns. Charbonnet is the running back that got injured. And, Barnard and Jones are going to be backing him up, giving him a little bit of relief. But that defense put him in great position to blow these boys out. They made it ugly for Purdy. They got to give Purdy some help, man. They get him some receivers. They lost Kittles for the year. Ayuk is done there. They got to give him some receivers, man. So that was another another one where too many injuries, they always gonna show up against at the wrong time. But at least they made it to the playoffs. They made it a nice little run, but that run in last week. Houston, Texas versus the New England Patriots. This was a game that should have been a blowout because CJ Stroud had 4 interceptions. I want to say 3 of them, maybe all 4 of them was in the first half. He played terrible. 20 for 47, 212 yards, 1 touchdown. Run game wasn't there. Woody Marks had 17 yards on 14 carries. Chubbs 14 yards on 4 carries. Higgins had 6 catches. Schultz had 2 catches. He left the game with a concussion. It was ugly. It was ugly for them. The Patriots, Drake May had an okay game, 179 yards, 3 touchdowns. Stevenson, 70 yards on 16 carries. Boutte, 3 catches for 75. Diggs, 4 catches for 40. Patriots just a better team. Houston defense was playing very well, but like I said, CJ with these fumbles, the interceptions and stuff like that, I think he got a pick. They had a pick 6 on him. He lost them that game. And I know he didn't have Nico Collins, he didn't have Dalton Schultz, but for him to be talking like, again, if you say, hey, I'm not better than Mahomes, I'm not better than Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, whatever. I'm a top 5 quarterback, and it's like your 3rd year in. You got to go out there and show me this. And you know injuries are part of the game, so sometimes you got to pump your brakes, man. You're not like that yet. You're a solid quarterback. You're top 15-ish top quarterback, but you're not top 5 yet, man. You putting too much on yourself when you say that. And it's good to have confidence, but if you can't back it up, you look like a fool. So that's exactly what he looked like, throwing all them goddamn interceptions. Last game of the night was probably the best game. St. Louis, Los Angeles Rams win 20-17 on the road versus Chicago Bears, a heartbreaker because this was a monster game. Just when you thought the Bears was not the Bears, just when you thought the Rams was going to run away with this game because it was 10-10 and the Rams scored a touchdown. It didn't seem like the Bears could score again, and finally, out of nowhere, Caleb throws one of the best passes of the year. Very similar to the play that Cam Ward did on the same team this year. Ain't nobody talking about that because we only won 3 games. But if you go look at the highlights of Cam Ward, his best throw was against the Rams. Caleb Williams damn near did the same play. He just dropped back a little more. He dropped back like 20 yards on, I think it was on 4th down, and he threw a bomb right to the corner of the touchdown. And when they caught that ball, I think it was Loveland that caught it or Komet, one of the tight ends, and the crowd went crazy. Like I thought that the Bears were going to pull it off, but Matt Stafford, that's a bad boy, man. He made some things happen with Puka Nakul and Devontae Adams and them, and they find a way to get down there and get a field goal and win this game by 3. It was a damn good game. Matt Stafford had 258. He didn't score a touchdown. Kyron Williams, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bears, Caleb Williams, 257, 2 touchdowns. Swift, 76 yards. Loveland had 56 yards on 4 catches. DJ Moore, 5 catches of 52 yards. What about, let me see with the Rams receivers. Puka had 5 catches for 56. Adams only had 2 catches for 24 yards. He had 6 targets. He just couldn't bring them down a lot. Which moves on to the conference finals, ladies and gentlemen. The conference championships are scheduled for this week on Sunday. The first one, New England Patriots versus the Denver Broncos. This is in Denver, 3 p.m. The winner will be going to the Super Bowl as an AFC representative. I'm going with the Patriots to win this one just because they're the healthier team at this point. I don't stand them or something like that as the starting quarterback for the Broncos. The run game looked bad. Bo Nix led in the run game. I don't see that coming alive in this game. The defense is going to be there. If they can put Drake May on his ass or lock him up and make him avoid getting touchdowns or maybe field goals, it could be a low-scoring game. But I feel like the Denver's backup quarterback is going to come in and he's going to make some bad passes. That's going to cost them the game very early in the game, and it's going to be no recovering. So it sucks that Bo Nix is not going to be there because I think like with the crowd can't get on the field for you. The fans can't get out there for you. I just think the Patriots going to watch these boys. But I'm hoping it's a solid game, worth watching, because these are the type of games you want to see. You want to see the best team win. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the Patriots to win this one. Last game is going to be the game of the week for me. At 6:30 on Fox, Los Angeles Rams is on the road, 12-5 versus Seattle Seahawks, 14-3. What a year Seattle's had. This is going to be a brawl. Two solid defenses. If I had to say who has a better defense, I would get that to the Seahawks. These dudes are literally running 3-4 defense, like they just rushing 3 cats and putting pressure on everybody. You got 5 people on the line, and you got 3 people still finding their way to the quarterback. If they're able to put Matt Stafford on his ass, it's going to be a long game for the Rams, because this is in Seattle. The 12th man will be alive, the loudest fans in the NFL. It's going to be loud in there, man. And Devontae Adams has to wake up for the Rams. Puka Nacua is not going to be able to do this all by itself. They need to be a duo tandem where you can throw it to Adams a couple times, throw it to Puka Nacua a couple times. If you can't do that, if you have to force it to Puka Nacua, I don't think this game going to end well. Cooper Kupp is on Seattle, so this will be his return. He's going to be playing against his former team as well. He was pretty much replaced by Puka Nacua. So, actually replaced by Devontae Adams. So this could be a get-back game for him, though. But Njigma is not going to be able to do it on his own. Kenneth Walker is going to have some help in the run game. Hopefully the 2 backups, Barner and I can't remember who the other guy was, hopefully they can help him out in the backfield, because Walker been doing his thing. He's finally woke up and started balling out. If I had to pick a winner, I've already said on Wax who I was going with for the Super Bowl. I got to stick with the Rams, man. I think this is the game that Devontae Adams is going to show up. Puka Nacua is going to have a great game. Run game is going to be there with Kyron. He's going to need help because I think Corum is hurt. He possibly might be hurt. But Matt Stafford, I believe in Matt Stafford. He's having an MVP year. This game, he wins this game, he's winning the MVP, would be my guess. So I'm going to go with the Rams to beat Seattle in a close game. I hope it's a back-and-forth game. Hope everybody parlays hit. Don't do nothing crazy. Make a parlay that makes sense is what I'll say. So my predictions for this week is the New England Patriots over the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles, I keep calling them St. Louis Rams, the Los Angeles Rams to defeat Seattle Seahawks in a classic NFC championship game, a solid defense versus solid defense, 2 nice offenses. Hopefully this is a high-scoring game, but I got the Rams still winning the Super Bowl overall. We'll see how it goes, man. I went 4-0 last week on my picks. Yeah, I went 4-0 on my picks, so I got all of them right. I think I'll get these 2 right as well. So that's all I got for y'all, man. I want to thank y'all for tuning into the show again, man. We got into a couple of solid topics today. The 4 Agreements was my book I read for this month for January. The Rip was the movie I saw. I gave y'all my reaction to that and what I felt about the movie, my rating on it. UFC predictions for Saturday night going to be great. Remember, they are on Paramount Plus going forward. Everybody should be able to get that and see all these good fights that's going to be going down on there. And then my NFL conference predictions for Sunday night, 3 p.m. And then the next game is at 6:30 or 7:30, 1 or 2. That's all I got for y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Mechee for the Midwest podcast. As always, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to add hopefully y'all see I added a couple more of those commercials in there. I try to break it up, just try something different, just free promo. If you got commercials you want to add on here that maybe fits with what I'm doing, let me know. Like I said, I want to start adding little skits and stuff in there. I'll get into them when I get a little bit more comfortable with it. But that's all I got for y'all this week, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. I will catch y'all next week. Like I said, it's going down, man. UFC, NFL. We'll get into a little NBA talk next week, man. I'll talk about my Lakers and what's going on with the league so far. That's all I got. Thank y'all for tuning in. Mechee from the Midwest podcast.
peaceful out here.